I think what makes my station a little bit different to many is that I've got I've got three tree-mounted antennas. There's the alioid at the end of the off-centre fed dipole for 80 metres through to 30, and there's the end of the wire for the inverted L for 160. That's my TV aerial up there, but importantly that pole supports the end of the two antennas that I use for the low bands, two of the three. Now that's a beech tree in my garden. It's about 12-13 metres high, and in it I've got on the right a 9-metre fishing pole, heavy duty fishing pole, and that's supporting an inverted L for 160. And on the left of it, you can see from this angle, I've got a heavy, very heavy fiberglass section pole using the Russian sections that you see, the swage sections that you see at the rallies for sale. I've got a few lengths of that, and they're supporting my 80-metre off-centre fed dipole. That's fed at the top with a 6-to-1 balun, and then in the tree, which you cannot see, I've got a coax chalk balun which I wound myself. I'll just go over to the tree now and we'll see the feeds for those antennas, how they're fed from a terminal box. Just before I go, I'll just point out, under this patio that was laid in 2018, I've got many radials, and from the shack where the coax cables come out, I've got a basic earth spike, but I've also got copper braid running under the patio to a joint here on my fence, and you can see there's a black cable running around the fence. Well, that runs all the way around my garden and acts as a counterpoise for the low band antennas. It's over 400 feet long. That couples into the ground system underneath the two verticals. Well, they're actually inverted L's, to be quite truthful. I've just been clearing some leaves up, so I thought it was a good time to shoot this film. Well, let's continue and look at the two inverted L's that have got from a single feed in that box there that you can see. And looking back towards the house, you can see that I've got another pole there in the middle. So there's three antennas in that tree, which is quite an easy tree to climb. I can climb that fairly safely. I've got the off-centre fed dipole on the right. I've got the 80-metre inverted L in the middle. That's around about 50 feet vertical, 15 feet in the sort of sloping L. And you can see the bendy antenna there. It's not very easy to see it, but that's the inverted L. That goes up to about 55 feet. And then the horizontal leg of that goes across to the house. And in the connection box, and that antenna works really well on 80 and 160, even though, as you can see, the wires for it going up to the two fishing poles, which are secured into the tree with Velcro straps. The wire elements for the antennas are close to the tree, but doesn't seem to affect the operation much. I can work plenty of DX with this antenna on 80 and 160. The cable on the right is going to the off-centre fed dipole. Now in this box I've got a 1-to-2 Unnen to transform the low impedance of the two inverted L's from about 22 ohms back up to 50. So I get a decent match. I get a very good match on 160 metres, 1-to-1 with a good bandwidth, good usable bandwidth. And the 80-metre inverted L section I recently added, that goes up to a 7-metre pole in the top of the tree, and then 15 foot of it down to the fence. I get an SWR on the low end of the band of about 1.5 to 1. So I can use an ATU for that if I need to, but generally I can manage without. So that's it really. That's the antenna farm. I've got about 30 radials in the ground under my lawn. They were put down two winters ago. The overall garden size, back garden size, is about 90 feet by 75, something like that. So that's the antenna farm at G4OBK. Signing off. Going over to the house, as you can see, I've got the off-centre fed and the inverted L. 73s.